Hello everyone, I'm Redstone, and in this tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to build a randomizer. That is a circuit that randomly fires different outputs. In this case we have 5 different outputs, and it is completely random. This is a look at the completed circuit. It does use a fair amount of redstone if you're in survival mode, but it is a great thing that you can do some really neat artistic things with, especially, which I'll be showing you at the end of this video. And so this is how to build a randomizer. Now, since I am building this one up in the sky, I've already taken the liberty of building a platform to work on here. The very first thing you need to do is take your droppers and put 2 of them down like this so that they're pointing face up. And this one is going to be a 4 output randomizer. So what I'm going to do here is put down hoppers. I'm putting down 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of them leading from one to the other into the dropper. Put another one right there. 1, 2, 3. So I have 4 altogether. Now on one more set of hoppers, each of these ones going straight back into the path right here. So these ones each go into this row, and this row carries all the way around, and that is important to have proper distribution of the randomness of this machine. Now from here, we are going to be building a filter. Now this is going to be a more compressed version than the one I had on my original tutorial, because I thought, there's got to be a way to get them tighter together, and so I figured it out. So we have our comparators there first. All of them have the same repeater going into the front there. Now, this is where it starts to get different. Every other row here needs 2 repeaters. The alternate rows need redstone. Wherever you have redstone, you need to put a block, a solid block there. Okay. Then cover the rest of this up like that. Anywhere that you have this one block, you need another block up here. Okay, so I'll show you on this side. So that's what it should be looking like. So in my original tutorial, this is what the filter looked like. I'll just finish it up with the redstone here, because every other one is the same. Okay, so that might look familiar to you. Now, for the other ones, you need a redstone torch, a repeater. Could have just covered this all with redstone. So this whole top thing gets covered with redstone. You might think that the signal will leak, but you remember that the comparators only send a signal of 1. Okay, a little more here. We need a block right there. And then redstone. Daytime. Okay, so that's what the filter looked like. This is compressed. None of the signals interfere with each other. Just to explain it really quickly here, it works the same way as the first circuit does, but because they're right beside each other, I didn't want to mix the redstone. I have the signal from the comparator going up here. Once it gets full, it turns off this redstone torch. This turns off the repeater, which is powering this block, and then plus this redstone turns off this repeater here. So there's always the 2 ticks before it stops the hopper. Okay, now we can place the hoppers. The hoppers I'd like to just put going this way. They can be going anywhere except, well, I guess not anywhere. They can't be pointing towards each other, but just do it that way. They can't be pointing down is the point. The next thing we need here is just a few more hoppers. This is somewhat in case you have an extra piece somehow fall into the system, so that this clears it out. But you do need, in order for this to work, a row of hoppers going all the way around here on top of the filter, so that when the filter is activated, it will draw the piece down into there. Okay, so I'm just going to give you another look at that. Okay, so you have your hoppers going straight down, these ones going into there, and then all the way across. Right? Now, The next thing to do here is we need a clock, just a pulse, in order to get these droppers working. There it goes. And I'm just going to put a switch on here so we can turn it off. The last thing in setting up the filter is to put into these hoppers the items that we are filtering. Okay, so the first one is going to be red, and then orange, and yellow, and green. And it is important when you're doing this to fill the whole hopper, like all of the spaces, with the block that you are filtering out, because that makes sure that nothing else can get into there. Okay, so that is the filter set up properly. Now we're going to do some wiring here. Let's see how we're going to do this. So this is what I came up with for the wiring. All I've done is separate all of the signals so that they are one block apart from each other. All right, now this is a trickier part here. Something about hoppers is that when an item is going from one hopper to the next, it takes 3 ticks. So when we're getting the different colors of wool going through this filter, what's going to happen is when it shoots out a red one, it's going to activate the circuit when the piece of wool gets right here. But if it's a green one, it's going to take 3, 6, 9 more ticks in order to get to here. So to compensate for that, what we're going to do here is, and we'll just start, right here, is we have to put in a delay that is 3 ticks for however many number of hoppers there are ahead of it. Okay, so I'm sorry, going reverse, going the other way. So this one, we don't actually need any delay at all, but in order to reinforce the signal, I will put 1 there. For this one, we need a delay of 3. 4. We need a delay of 6 on that one, and a delay of 9 on this one. 8, 9, there we go. Now, but since I put 1 more tick here, I'm just going to add 1 more tick on each one of these. There we go. Every time that timer that we built there, the clock, every time that fires, it is going to cause one of these to activate. So all in proper time. Now, one thing I believe I forgot here, we haven't actually put any wool in here yet. So we've got 4 of each kind of wool. I usually put in however many number of inputs I have, however many outputs I have. I put that many of each kind of wool in there. Oh yeah, there are some ways that you could make this longer than 9, but really 9 is the best maximum for this. But I'm not going to go into that. Well, simply put, you just need to add more of these droppers in here with more colors. But I'm not going to go into that right now. All right. So what I'm going to do is turn this on and show you what we have. I've put down some sticky pistons here just to show you the results of the output. And you can see, thanks to the delays, you can hear a rhythm in the outputs. It is very consistent as to when the next one fires. And it's kind of confusing, but if you look at the whole circuitry in itself, you can see how the delays really do help. Okay, so that is how to build a randomizer. Again, what you can do is, ideally anyway here, is put it up to 9 outputs and do whatever you want with 9 outputs. Honestly, I have never used 9 because there's just nothing that has needed it yet. Now, what I want to show you here, basically that's the end of the tutorial, but I'm going to give you a little bonus thing like I like to do here. And let's see, I'm going to use a dispenser, Redstone Dispenser. It's kind of like at the end of a meeting. For those of you that wish to stay, there's some more interesting things coming up. And I'll just put those there. Can any of you guess what I'm going for here? See if you can guess. Obviously making some sort of container here. You guys got it yet? This is a nice artistic way of using the randomizer. Okay. One into here. Oops. There we go. So what we've built here is a fountain that, using the randomness of this, is always making different types of streams. So you never know how long the stream is going to be, because, as I don't know if you've seen this before, but for those of you who haven't, whenever a dispenser with a bucket of water in it gets activated, when the bucket is in there and it gets activated, it creates a source block for the water, and the bucket itself is empty. When you activate it again, the bucket that is in the dispenser takes the water and takes the water and it disappears. So there is a really neat thing. It looks really cool when you would have 9 of these things, maybe if you have it inside of a city or something, and have it going if you have it way up in the air so you can't even see where it is, and you just have these random streams of water coming across. It's a really cool effect. You can also do it with lava. Here, watch this. The cool thing about doing it with lava is that it is a bit slower, because obviously lava takes a longer time to go down, so you will get more streams in there. Now, of course, this happens when you have it do 2 right away, so one thing that you can do to compensate for that is to, now I did this earlier, is just to have a slower timing set on the clock so that you're guaranteed longer streams of lava. So there you go. So that is a wonderful looking thing there. And just make sure that you build a trench in the bottom for where the rest of the lava goes. I guess you could do this. There you go. And so there is a really fun thing for you guys to use. I do hope you have enjoyed this tutorial and have been able to follow along as to how it works. I tried to show you the development process of all of this, and believe me, it took me a lot of different times a lot of cuts to record this properly, because I kept making mistakes even building it. So I know it is very complicated to do, but give it a try and have fun with it. And I'm glad you guys watched this video all the way to the end, and please subscribe and watch for updates for new videos, new tutorials and such. I am Gridstone, and I'll see you guys later.